By 1860, the United States was no longer a nation debating slavery. It was a nation preparing for conflict. The decade leading up to the election had been a storm. The Fugitive Slave Act turned northern cities into hunting grounds for escaped slaves. The Kansas-Nebraska Act split the nation open, allowing new territories to vote on slavery and igniting a wave of bloodshed. And when John Brown led a raid on Harper's Ferry in 1859, trying to spark a slave uprising, the South saw it as proof that the North wanted their destruction. The center could no longer hold it. The Democratic Party, once the great unifier of American politics, shattered into pieces. Northern Democrats nominated Stephen Douglas, champion of popular sovereignty. Southern Democrats walked out and chose John C. Breckinridge, who promised to protect slavery everywhere it existed. In the North, a new political force was rising, the Republican Party, born from the ashes of compromise. Their candidate was a tall, self-taught lawyer from Illinois, Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln wasn't an abolitionist, but he opposed the expansion of slavery. That alone made him an enemy in the South. His debates with Douglas had made him a national name, calm, moral, and relentless. He argued that the nation could not endure half slave and half free. On November 6, 1860, Americans cast their votes, but not all of them. In 10 southern states, Lincoln's name didn't even appear on the ballot. When the results came in, the impossible happened. Abraham Lincoln won, without a single electoral vote from the South. The shock was instant. In South Carolina, bells rang, not in celebration, but in warning. Newspapers declared the Union dead. One wrote, "The die is cast. The South must secede." Within weeks, South Carolina called a convention and voted unanimously to leave the United States. One by one, other states followed: Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, Texas. They formed a new nation, the Confederate States of America, with their own president, Jefferson Davis, and their own flag. In the North, disbelief turned to dread. Lincoln had not even taken office yet, but the country was already falling apart. He wrote to a friend, "We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies." But friendship was gone. The word union had become a question. By the time Lincoln placed his hand on the Bible in March 1861, 7 states had seceded. Armies were forming, flags were changing, and the first shots of the Civil War were only weeks away. The election of 1860 had not just chosen a president, it had chosen a path, one that would lead straight to war.